Hi, welcome to 3D Leisure at Home with me, Gail Harkness. Lovely Friday today. I'm going to do half an hour of some fitness Pilates. So if you're joining me now or on catch up on YouTube, hopefully you'll enjoy it, work within your means. So if anything feels too difficult, guys, just take it down, make it easier. And if anything is too easy, then just make it a little bit harder. So the main focus is to be on drawing the belly button in tight. So we want to be working the core. You want to be breathing in through your nose and you want to be breathing out through your mouth. And main thing is not to hold your breath. So just work through it. Don't worry too much so long as you're not holding your breath. A little bit of balance work at the start, but main sort of focus will be working on your core, a little bit of mobility, a little bit of stretch, have a little drink of water at hand in case you want to drink, and a mat, and that's really all you need today. So we're going to get to it and just work through this little half an hour and hopefully enjoy it together. So if you have any comments you want to put on, guys, you can put them on and I'll get back to you at the end. But again, hope you're enjoying all the classes with 3D at the moment. Some amazing classes on. So as I said, this is just going to be fitness Pilates. And we have Ollie joining us today. So he's hopefully going to be good. And we want to be nice and tall. Feet grounded into the floor. Belly button drawn in tight and sink the shoulders, fingers pointing down to the floor. And we want to take a deep breath in through the nose and lift the arms up to the ceiling. And breathe out and press down. And breathe in, nice long spine. And back down. So in breath, as I said, through the nose. And out breath. And we want to be lifting one knee, so we want to be lifting on in breath and out breath, back down, changing legs, in breath and out. And then we want to just stay up with the knee this time, in breath, press down and out breath, take it back up on in and leg back down. Same on the other side, in breath, lift the knee. Out breath, press the hands down to shoulders. In breath, reach up to ceiling. And out breath, down. In breath, lift the knee. This time, take the knee out to the side as you press out with the arms. In breath, back to the front. And back down. Other side, so in breath, up. Press, take the knee out. Push the knee out wide. In breath and out. So just going to step back, want to be feet hip width apart. In breath, want to reach to the front, lift the arms up in line with the ears, sit back into your heels, long spine, so think about lengthening, and out breath coming up. So in breath, draw the belly button in, really lengthen the fingers, head in line with the spine, and out breath back up. And then one more time, take it down. And nice and slowly bring it back up. So we're going to do a little bit of your balance work. So just going to take one foot behind onto the toe. Think about small tilt forward of your hip. So tense, nice tight tummy before we start. And then we're going to come onto this toe, take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, we're going to just try to lift this leg. So you might just want to stop just this level. If it's too difficult, you can come down and try and come back up. And then you want to drop down, not holding your breath, so breathe naturally. So we're taking it down, leg can be as high as you want the leg to be. And we focus in on looking forward at a little point to get your balance. Head in line, lengthen the head forward, lengthen the toe back. You might want to come lower. And nice and slowly try and control the leg coming down nice and slow as you come back. So we're going to change sides. I've got my hands on the hips and that gives a little bit better balance. So we're on the toe, a little tilt, so we're lifting the rib cage, lifting the chest, nice tall spine. Take a deep breath in and breathe out and just lift. And then breathe naturally. So if you're wobbling about, try and sort of pick a little point that you're looking at. You can come as low, just draw this belly button up, guys. Really, really lengthen. And nice and slowly now, bring this leg back down. Control, tummy up. Nice and slow. Excellent. And then we're going to change that a little bit. So we're going to take the arms out to the front. So we'll come down with bent arms on the hips. And then once we've got our balance, we can play around a little bit of this. And if you don't want to do that, you just stick with legs coming up and then back down. So take a deep breath in, focus on the lift, and drop it down to anywhere of your choice with this leg. And if you do feel you've got your balance, fine. You can extend the arms forward on in-breath. And then I want you to dig the elbows back on out-breath. In-breath, reach back forward. And out-breath, bring it back down nice and slow. So we're going to do the same on that leg so you get a little bit of practice. Toe back, nice lift. And take a deep breath in, breathe out, we lift. And lift forward with the arms, in breath. Out breath, dig back. In breath, reach forward. And out breath, slow, coming back down. It's not as easy as it looks. Don't worry if you're jumping around, hopping around, it's just practice. Focus though, get that tummy pulling in, navel to spine, really, really tight. That'll give you your balance. And as I said, don't look around the room. If you start to look around, you will lose it altogether. So sometimes I'm hopping around on this foot, my balance is better on one side. So we're coming down, so we're lifting onto the toe, lifting the ribs, belly button really, really tight. Focus on your point. Take a deep breath in, breathe out, start to lift, keep looking at that same point. And then when you have your balance, breathe in, try and reach the hands forward. Breathe out, try and dig into the ribs. Breathe in, take it back forward. Breathe out, come back down. Same again, back onto this toe, tummy in, lifting. Take a deep breath in, breathe out, we drop down the chest so you can come as low as you want to go here. And then in breath, arms forward. Out breath, dig. In breath, reach. And out breath, nice and slow, coming down. Well done. So we're going to just do a roll down, walk out into plank. So the hips are again rotated slightly forward. Roll the hips out, get the butt to squeeze, and just dropping the chin down on out breath. So take a deep breath in, breathe out, drop your chin, start to reach, start to draw the belly button back. So we're rolling down, opening up each vertebrae one by one. We reach the floor. If you have to bend your legs, bend the legs, bend the knees if you need to. We walk out into our plank, hands directly underneath the shoulders. Draw the belly button up tight here. The head is pushing forward and your heels are pushing back. Dome, upper back. Perfect plank. Draw the belly button up. Spread your fingers so you're kind of taking less pressure onto the wrist. And if you do have issues with your wrists, come down onto your elbows. If this is too difficult, drop the knees down, but still have your hips downwards, not up with the bottom in the air. So we're just drawing up really, really tight. And we want to do a little twist here. So we want to twist up on in-breath, lifting the arm up to ceiling. Steady the hips as you come back down. So you roll nice and slow. In-breath, reach up to the ceiling, try and stack the arms on top of one another. And breathe out. We're breathing in, lifting nice and high. Drawing our stomach up tight, guys. Breathing out. And breathing in. And breathing out. And we bring the knees down. And we set back towards the heels. And reach forward with the hands or have them rested at the side. Bring your chest down onto the lap, as we call it. Stretch out the fingers or rest the hands at the side. And as you breathe in, feel the tummy pushing down on the legs. And as you breathe out, feel the body getting heavy onto the mat. So you really want to fill those lungs and breathe out. And then we're going to come up onto our plank position again. So we want to be just hands directly again under the shoulders. Stand back into your plank, draw that belly button up, and then we're going to ride forward here. So we're going to come onto the toes and then back onto the heels. So we're riding forward, but we're not changing the position of the plank. So the bottom is not lifting. We're just sliding forward onto the toes and then gliding back through the heels. So it's a forward and a back. If you need a rest, come down onto the knees and sit back onto the heels and just push it. Really, really lift that belly button. Squeeze the heels back. And then we're going to bring the knees down. So we're going to do a cat dog stretch here, just opening up the spine. So we're going to out breath, lift the belly button, dome up at the back, tuck your head under. In breath, allow the belly button to drop down first. Allow your bottom to scoop up, and the head can be forward or back so long as it's pain-free. Breathe out, really think about opening up each vertebrae, push up. And in breath, dipping down, scooping. You can bend your arms on your scoop. One more time, breathing out. And breathing in. And bring it back. So we're just going to be coming back onto our sit bones. And we're going to lean back. And really, really draw this belly button down. So the feet not too close, feet are bent but slightly forward, hands are forward. Take a deep breath in and we sink back to where you feel that you have tension on the core. Draw the belly button down, keep the space of this apple and just breathe. I'll tighten up more on my out breath. I'm going to try and take it a little bit lower so that we really activating these tummy muscles. So I'm squeezing tight and lowering down on my out breath, holding on in breath. If this gets too hard, hug, give a little stretch, lift up the core of the head, up to the ceiling, the top of the crown of the head, I should have said, and then you can come back in. And we are lifting. If you're still holding here, you're doing good. Extra tight abs. And come back up. Grab those knees, lift. chest up and crown of the head up, and then look up to the ceiling, squeeze the shoulders back, and then on out breath, scoop back, head down, arch that back, lift your hips. In breath, lift, push the shoulders back, lift the chest, look up to the ceiling, small arch. Out breath, scoop the hips up, drop your head down, stretch through the arms, and come back. So we're going to just again lean back exactly the same, but take it as low as you can manage to hold. So we take a deep breath in and we breathe out, we lean back. Going to start to use these arms, so we want to be one arm up and the other one down. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep that long spine, head in line, keep this space. Are we drawing that belly button down so tight? Lift, chest up, tummy in, squeeze it, squeeze. In through the nose and out through the mouth, and have a rest. Yay, feel it. So we're going to try and do that with the legs bent in the air at 90 degrees. So we're going to be lifting the legs. If it's too hard, go back to the legs grounded. So we're going to try and lift the legs to tabletop, draw the belly button down, keep the space, and again, really lift, squeeze, work that tummy, squeeze it, squeeze. If it's too difficult, feet in the air, take it down, feet on the floor. And have a rest. Give a little stretch. And then we did it last week, if you did join me, and we're going to try and lift the legs up straight. If it's too difficult, keep them bent or on the floor. Those are your options, team. So we're going to lift the legs up. So you might need your hands back first of all to get your balance with the legs lift, and then try not to have the hands there. So you can take it maybe to bent leg first, try and control it into your legs up, and I'm going to hold one arm, one hand on my leg. So take one leg down, one hand up and back. So up and back. Really draw in the belly button. One hand on, one hand lift. Squeeze the tummy. Work it. If it's too difficult, bent legs. Too difficult, feet on floor. And rest. It's very tough. So good. Okay, so we're going to just lean back, and we want to be twisting to the side. So we're going to lift the leg as we twist and back. If it's too difficult, you can just do a twist from side to side without lifting the leg. So we want to take it back to the tight core till you feel you are working hard. Then the chin is nice and high, and I'm just having my arms. You can have your arms bent if you prefer, and we are lifting and back. So you can either keep one hand interlocked, or you can reach out and back. I'm reaching out on out breath and in. We're lifting one leg and back. Breathe out and in. Really work your obliques, really twist. Don't hold that breath. And squeeze it. And squeeze. If it's too difficult, just do a twist. Easier is if you're not as low, so you can work within your means. So really work this waist. And come back up. and stretch. So we're going to just lie back, we're going to extend your toes and extend the hands, flatten the space underneath your back into the floor, so you're getting this big, long stretch, stretching out all the tummy, lengthening your arms, lengthening your toes, big stretch guys. And then your options are, on out breath, you either come up just to reach towards the toe and back down, or you come all the way up onto your sit bone and then you roll back down each vertebrae. We're breathing out and breathing in, breathing out and in, or coming up and a roll down, breathing out and you roll. Really focus on each vertebrae, hitting the mat one by one, and we come up onto the sit bones if possible. Out breath and in, out breath and in, and again, and in, and stretch, back flat. Enjoy your stretch. And then we're going to come up. Again, we did this last week. So we're looking to come up onto the elbows. This belly button is drawn down really, really tight. So the elbows are down, your toes are extended, and when you take the arms away, you want to try and focus on the body, keeping the same position. So we're not sort of coming up to here, we're trying to take the arms away and we're trying to hold that same line. The chin is up, you can hold. If it's too much, take the hands back down, come back in, really squeeze this tummy extra tight, belly button down, and take it back, hands back, give a little stretch to the legs, up, back down, and again, as high as you can go. In breath down, 2 more, and down. And we're going to come up onto the hands behind, fingers facing forward, toes pointing again, and we want to be lifting the chest up to the ceiling and the toes pointing down to the floor. So we're going to lift up, try and stretch, drop the bottom down, bring it back onto the elbows, draw the tummy down tight, and extend those arms to the front and try and breathe. Not holding your breath. Nice tight abs, squeeze it. Have a rest if you need to rest in between, just little small sort of 1-2 seconds, back down, and then bring the arms down, give me leg lifts. Breathe out and in, 2 more, and 1 more, and back. Come up onto the hands, fingers forward. We want to really open up this chest, stretch into the chest, front of the shoulders, and we are lifting, pushing the toes down, stretching. Oh, so good. Keep that stretch on. And lower yourself nice and slow, and let's reach up to ceiling on in breath, and let's stretch out the back, lift the ribs, fold over and allow the head to come down. Breathe through your stretch. You might want to kind of wiggle from side to side, pushing your bottom back and then lifting the chest and allowing your head to come down. And if you can't reach the feet, just the legs is fine. So I'm just going to do from the legs. I want in breath, lifting my head and my chest. Out breath, sinking down, allowing my head to roll and my neck to stretch. If you're binding around your feet, you can hold your toes, whichever. In breath, lifting up that chest. You'll feel this right up the underside of the legs and the back. Out breath, drop. Again, in breath, lift. And out breath, drop. And roll back up nice and slow. And we're going to take it into our side plank. So we want to be on our elbow directly underneath our shoulder. So you might need to double up your mat or have a cushion so you have protection underneath your elbow. Your knee on the floor is your first option, and we are lifting. And the aim here, guys, is we're going to lift, and we're going to lift one leg up and down. So if you want to take it with your feet stacked on top, it will be a lot harder. Knee on the floor is your easier option. So we want to be pushing up. When you push up, you want your two hips to be directly above one another, and you want your two shoulders to be directly above one another. So the feet are stacked on top, or you have one leg bent on the ground, and we lift and lower, lift and lower. Breathe, as long as you're not holding your breath. Try and keep your hips one on top of the other. Try not to allow this hip to drop down. If your hip is dropping down, then just come down onto the knee. Lift and lower. And bring that down. And bring it back up. Bring one foot forward to the front. 90-90. Roll over, take the hands back, as comfortable a position as possible for you to lift your chest and push down. You want this waist to lengthen, and if you want to come down onto your elbows, or resting all the way down with the head resting on the arms. Try and breathe through to allow the waist to stretch. Ooh, nice. And then we're going to push ourselves up. Bring the legs back round to the other side and into your plank. So elbow again directly under shoulder, because you want to think of this as your good support. So there's no pressure. And again, your knees back. If you're up on your knee, up with the knee on the floor, take the arm up to ceiling. Have that forearm directly in a straight line, and we lift and lower. So lift and lower. And if you don't want to lift the leg, you can just stay in your side plank. If your feet on top, it will be a lot harder. But as I said, don't allow the bottom hip to drop down at all. Try and keep up. And try and breathe. Yay. Happy Friday, team. Work it. Nice tight core. And bring that leg down. Sink the hips down. Come up 90-90. Leg can be tucked back if it's more comfortable. Twist two hands round to the side. Lift the chest. So kind of scoop forward with the hip. So you're scooping. Getting the waist to stretch, you'll stretch your outer thigh as well. And then if you want to come down, if you don't feel it, just take it back, further back, so you're actually twisting more. And then come down and breathe. Out breath, allow yourself to sink, to get heavier. In breath and out. And we're going to come back up, take it back round to the front, and we're going to just take hands underneath the shins, legs up, and we're going to try and extend the legs up and take the legs out. So we breathe in, feet together, breathe out, and if you want to make it harder, the hands come higher up the leg. If you need your hands on the floor behind you just to work the legs only and the core, you can do that. So we are stretching out and back. Lift the chest. You lift the chest, you draw in the belly button. We press the legs out and in, out and in. Squeeze. Really work it. Hold out, chest lifted, balance, extra tight, legs coming wider. Woo. And bring it back, and well done. So we're going to lie back and take those legs out. So we want to just lie back, and we're going to just hook the hands underneath the feet and bring your knees down. And then if you can, we're just going to take those legs out wide, pressing the feet down towards the floor, stretching in the thighs, lengthen the legs. If you can't hold the feet, just hold on the inside of the legs and try and push down. And breathe. And bring it back in. And if you want to make the knees to the side easier, just take your feet onto the floor before you drop. We are taking the arms out in line with the shoulders, legs, knees above your hips. If the knees are up closer towards your chest, it'll be a bigger stretch. So your choice, you drop. If you feel it's too uncomfortable here to drop both knees, you can put a cushion between your knees. We're trying to get the body to stretch on the outer thigh. We want to draw down if you want a bigger stretch. Look away from your knees. And if I want this to be a bigger stretch, I bring my knees up towards my shoulder and I press down with my hand. So I feel that stretch now, going up my spine as well as my outer thigh. And I relax into it. So good. And then we want to come back up. So we're lifting the legs back up, arms to the side, legs up, and then we breathe out and we drop the legs the other way. You can lift the knees up and press down. Really push. Breathe, look away, as I said, from your knees. There's such a good stretch for your spine. Right up the lower back. Right up the top of the middle of the back. And bring it back. Give it a little hug. Swivel back and forth, side to side. Get a little pressure onto the lower back. And then we're just going to lift ourselves up with the knees. Roll up, back and forth. So it might take you a couple of times to come up. Extend your legs forward and lift the chin up. Lift the chest up. Scoop from your hips, nearly down. And lift on out breath, we push down. And then if you want, you can interlock your fingers and get the bind around your feet and drop your head down. And if you can't do that, just let the hands rest on the legs. To make it easier for your bind, you might want to bend the knees, get your fingers around, and then like push away and drop the head. And breathe. We just want to cross the legs over, sitting comfortably. We've already stretched our spine, so we're just going to stretch the neck. Drop your head over to one side, push the palm down the opposite side into the mat. Really let the stretch take place on the neck and top of the shoulder. And then we're going to change it, head over, push the palm or the fingers down to the floor. Whatever, if the palm is down, really sink the palm into the mat. Drop your head over. It's such a nice stretch. And we're going to just bring your head back center. Push the arms out, drop your head down, stretch out and out breath. And nice and behind, nice and tight, sort of fingers interlocked or just holding the hands. Sink the shoulders down, head is forward, out breath, lifting. and thank you so much if you joined me there today. Did a couple of balance ones at the start, so hope you enjoyed them. Good to test ourselves. So go on and have a fabulous Friday, guys. Hope you have a brilliant weekend. I'll be back next week, and as I said, hope you're all keeping well and weather's good to you. Go out, get some fresh air, clear the head, get some exercise in, and makes us feel so much better. So thanks again for joining me. Take care. Have a good Friday. Bye.